Hello, and welcome to Beema's Crafty Corner. I am Beema, better known as Els, and we are working on, this is part 3 of a 3-part mini class for a beginners-friendly album journal, okay? So our journal is 8 by 5, and it has a small signature in the center, and then it has some fins that you can put some flips and things on. Originally I wasn't going to do any flips, but we'll do a couple. And then it has this little tie, which I'm going to trim down because, dang, that's long. We'll save those. I have leftover paper here from what we used to put on it. I also have some ephemera pieces that, you know, the color works. And I have some leftover pieces of my poster board. So if you have not watched part 1 and 2, you're going to want to go back and do that. Part 1, we build the base, okay? And in part 2, we do this part as far as the decorating, and we sew in our signature, okay? So today, we're going to be decorating a little bit, putting in some tags and things, maybe do a flip or two on the outside or some bigger pockets and things, and kind of fill this in, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Let me get this out of the way. Bring this down. We'll see what we have in here. So we do have some little pockets that we can put in, and probably the easiest way to do these when you get a kit like this and you see where it has these little folds is just to put a ruler on it and just fold it up along the fold. You can do that all the way around and then just fold them the other way. Just fold them up and then fold them back. Okay, and then I'm going to do a little inking. If I want to put a finger notch in here, certainly could do that. But I think it's a small enough pocket that I don't need to. So I'm just going to put this here. Let me see. Smaller glue bottle makes life easier. We're just gonna maybe put some glue on it. There we go. It's got glue. And the one thing that's nice about pockets that have these little flaps like this is you can use tape because it's not going to come in contact with your tag or whatever you put in there. So now we'll get a couple more of those, a few different ones. We got some little ones we haven't cut yet. So we're just going to, at this point, I'm just going to go through and kind of put in some pockets here and there. We're going to talk about this. Let's do this one. Yeah? Okay, we'll do this one. Again, I'm just going to fold that up. I'm going to fold the other one up, and then I'll fold them under. Now, I recommend that you cut these, that you print these if you're going to print them on like Nina, and I would print either on 80 or 100 pound because you're still going to be able to fold them, but they're going to be a little bit tighter. And let's see, what else do we have over here? Let's do let's come back to this page. So you see this, and this may not be something that you want on your page, so there's a way to kind of cover it. And what we'll do is we'll cut down a piece of paper. So that it fits. On here. And you can back this if you want with another piece of paper, or if your paper's thick enough, if you've printed this already on some cardstock, then you don't really need to do that. I'm going to round these corners. I think I want this a little thinner. Use my trimmer real quick. Yeah, it's way tall. I want it like 2 3/4. A little bigger than I thought. So I will re-round these. Then I will ink this up. Like I said, you can stick this to a piece of cardstock if you want, or even just another piece of paper. If you want to make it just a little thicker, so that you're not worried about it being torn, putting things in and out of it. So let me see if I have a piece of, I do. I have just a piece of scrap. So what I'm going to do is glue this to the scrap and then just trim it out. Re-round my corners. And then I can go ahead and glue this in. Ooh, it's a little bit longer than I want it to be. Looked at it the first time, I thought it was good, but apparently it wasn't. Alright. That's much better. Okay, so now I can glue this down, and I don't have that mess on there. Okay. And now I have a nice big place where I can put, you know, like a journaling card or something. And I can take this and glue this to another piece of paper or a piece of lightweight cardstock and go ahead and trim it out and put it in here. And I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to put that there. And let's see. I'm going to trim one of these out. I'm going to make this a tuck, so I want to make it a little bit thicker. So I'm going to use a leftover piece of this poster board. Go ahead and cut this. And let's see. Well, what did I do with it? I just threw that away. I did with it. So we'll try a notcher. That's not bad. Okay. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Ink. Okay. And then we're going to put this up here, and since I want to make it like a tuck, I'm just going to glue the top right here, just like that. And that way I can put something under it, okay? All right, we're gonna put this one in here, and then I think we'll do one of these in here. And then this one. Let's use this. We'll make a little pad and we'll put it in here. And this page we're just going to leave for writing. Over here, let's put on one of these. And this one I'm actually going to cut this away, because I want this one to be closer to the page. I don't want it all puffed up. Okay? Doesn't even have to be a pocket, to be honest. If I don't want it to be a pocket, this could be a journaling card. All right, so we have a pocket. I didn't ink that one. Shoot me. Don't shoot me. All right, this I think could be a cute little tag if we cut it out. And I'm going to glue it down first. So this is a great way to use up scraps of like file folders and things like that. All right, here we go. Don't try this at home, kids. Go. Little ink. And I'm going to use a slot punch on this. And a tiny attacher, also known as a stapler, okay? This is our center page, and so we kind of want something, you know, cool in here. We do have this piece. We could put this in here. I think that would be good. And maybe this little torn piece over here. And then we have two more pockets, which I'm going to back. So I'm going to put one here, and we're going to put that in there, which I'm going to back. Let's see. We'll cut that, put it there. We're going to make this into another tag, which I think we can put over here in this one. And I think we'll do one of these postcards in that big tuck we did up in the front. In here. And then this one we'll put in with a paper clip. So let me go ahead and paper clip that in. And right now what I'm doing is just kind of laying it out in my head, what I want everything to look like. This is could be used either as a paper clip, or we might make that a pen holder. So let's put that in here. And what else? We have this big ticket. The ticket could be under there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ink all of these things and cut them all down and kind of get started putting them in. We have another pocket we can put over here with that in there, and then we'll work on some of the other parts. So go and cut out your pieces and ink things up and start putting stuff together. Remember, if you're using thin paper, go ahead and back it and make it twice as thick. If you're using cardstock, you can probably skip that step. It's entirely up to you. And when we come back, we're going to work on a flip and do a little, like one little flip in here and do a little pocket on that, okay? So I will be right back. All right, so we're going to do one flip. So I have a piece here that's 10.5. This is part of the leftovers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to score this at about 4. And then at about 8.5. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and fold these. And then on this first section, I'm just going to put a mark at 2 so I know where that is, because I'm going to put a finger pull in it. Okay? So, we're going to get out some of our papers, and we're going to decide what we want to use on this little flip. I think I'm going to use this one right here. So I know that this is 4 inches. This part here is 4 inches. So I need a piece that is 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. So I'm going to trim off the edge. And I want it this way at 3 1/4. So we take this part off, and then we'll trim that. 3 1/4 right there. And we want this piece to be 3 3/4. Fit there, and it does. And then we're going to do this side, so we're going to measure. This side is 4 1/2, so 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. 3¼ by 4¼ That works pretty good. And then we're going to take a measurement here, which we know that this is going to be 3¼ by 1¾ Okay. So those are our pieces to create our little flip. So first things first, we're going to glue on our little piece, making sure that we have our mark at the top. Let me just go ahead and crease this right there. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this. And glue it down. Now, you're not putting any stress on this, so you could use tape if you want to. And where our little mark is, we're going to put in a little finger notch. Just kind of put that in the center. Pop it. And we'll re-ink that. There we go. Ink my edges. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this part down. So across the bottom and up the side. All right. So we have that. And then we're going to put our larger piece on here. Glue this down. Making sure we have it going in the right direction. If your paper is directional, this is not so much directional. And then this piece is going to go over here on our little flap. Now you could put a finger notch in this part if you want to. I don't really see a reason to because it's really small, but I'm going to bring my book over. And at this point, I'm going to find a page that I want to put this on. And it's going to go on this side. Right here. We're going to put it right here. Okay? So to glue this down, I'm going to glue here, here, and I am going to put a little bit of glue across the bottom, just to keep anything from sliding. And I'm going to put it on my page and wrap that around. We're going to hold this for a couple of minutes just to make sure that it, it adheres. There we go. And now we have a tuck spot here. Open it. We have a flip here with a nice spot here. Okay, so let's take a look. There's plenty more decorating that can be done. You can do additional flips. You can take just a piece and have it flip down. But let's take a look at what we have. So we have our fins that can be You know, you could certainly write on this, but you can add your flips and things in. You can put in your little labels and things as you go through. Then we have over here a pocket with a little tag in it. Turn the page. We covered up that part on the paper. We put a couple of journaling cards in there. We have a little tuck up here with a ticket in it. Then we have our little corner pocket, and I just used some scraps to make a tiny little pad to go in there. And then there's another tag here. Plenty of writing space. Again, I can put, you know, one of these labels in here if I want to, or one of these little labels in here if I want to. And maybe a little lace or something. I have a little piece up here, a little piece here, just a page to be able to draw and write in. Just another writing page, another little journaling card over here. Another little tag in here. And then up here we have a journaling card and a paper clip. And then, so we have the back of the paper clip, and then on the other side we have a little tuck over here with a tag, and then our last page. You can ink the pages if you want. You don't have to. It's entirely up to you. But I'm going to call this one, for me anyway, done. So I'm going to go ahead and tie this up. And if you're looking for ways to, you know, put decoration and stuff in here, I recommend looking on my channel at my embellishments playlist. There's all kinds of embellishments in there that you can make relatively easy and be able to decorate your little journal. So that's it. That's the end of this 3-part series. If you have any questions, put them in the comments section and I'll get back to you as quick as I can, or reach out to me on social media and I will answer your questions as quick as possible. Oh, let's see, what else? If I have not offended you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me and give me a chance. I will eventually, but you know, in the meantime, you might enjoy some of the projects that I do. What else? Let's see. If you would like to know what I have going on, what's coming up, things like that, videos, lives, sales, all that stuff, you can get all that information and more in the description box below, including where you can pick up some free digitals, how you can support the channel, and when I'm going to be traveling, if I'm traveling. That's it. That's my little project. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Until the next time, stay well, my friends. I love you guys. Bye-bye.